ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all the SPM leavers and all the students, welcome to Malaysia Airlines Podcast. This is the first aviation talk for today. Well, my name is Anba and I'm going to be your host. And you know what? We have an amazing guest speakers for today. I'm so excited to talk to them. So much of information they're going to share with you. And you're going to have fun. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Captain Nizar and Second Officer Ilya. Okay, Captain Nizar, welcome. Ilya,
Thank you,
welcome to the
Amba. Thank
podcast.
you.
It's so nice to have you here. I'm so excited to meet both of you today. You know, so much of information and so much of things to hear about the champions of the sky. Okay, folks, to start the day, perhaps the objective of today's podcast is very simple. To focus, give more information to all the students, especially our SPM leavers, and also those participants and candidates who are so eager and keen to join Malaysia Airlines family. So, ladies and gentlemen, if without any further ado, perhaps would you like to start the day, Ilya? Would you please introduce yourself? What is your qualification? What is your job role as a pilot? And how long you been with us?
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Ilya.
Hi, Ilya.
Hi, Ilya.
I'm a second officer in Malaysia Airlines. I hold a commercial pilot license. So before joining Malaysia Airlines as a second officer, I had a very long road behind me. And then, shortly before, I was working in Malaysia Airlines Academy as a training coordinator for 1 year. And then as of February 2023, I worked with Malaysia Airlines as a second officer.
Oh,
Yes.
so you became a trainer and then a second officer.
I coordinate the training. Yeah, so I was with MH Digital School, so we were doing trainings for mostly Microsoft training. So I was coordinating that only for a year. And then as of February 2023, I officially joined Malaysia Airlines as a pilot.
Oh, beautiful. That's
Yeah.
beautiful then.
So the job roles as a second officer, people think that we just go into the aircraft, autopilot, and that's it lah, lepak, minum coffee, right? But in all honesty, we are in charge of doing the pre-flight inspection. We assist captains in making flight planning and any flight navigations.
That's beautiful.
Monitor aircraft system during in-flight, and of course, assist in making critical decisions in collaboration, of course, with other flight crews and cabin crews. And besides that, we have to maintain contacts with air traffic controllers. So that is to ensure the safety of the flight and of course to ensure the timely departure and arrivals of all our flights. Yeah.
Amazing. So how long overall, how many years you been with the Malaysia Airlines?
If you're talking about Malaysia Airlines, it has just been a bit more than a year. But MAG with Malaysia Airlines and as a training coordinator and a second officer, that's I think a bit more than 2 years. Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's been an amazing journey.
I would definitely would say that, and especially being a lady pilot. All right, the limelight is there. Being a lady pilot must be very challenging, and most importantly, you must be the highlight of all. Am I right? And you are such an inspiration to many youngsters out there.
I hope I am. I hope to inspire many future aviators.
Indeed. Welcome to the club.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Ilya. Captain Nizar.
Yes,
Okay.
Amba.
Okay. Please introduce yourself, Captain Nizar.
Well,
We would
okay.
love to get to know more about you, Captain.
Well, my name is Muhamad Nizar Abdul Bari,
Hello, Captain.
and I'm currently holding the ATPL,
ATPL.
or we call it Airline Transport Pilot License. So that's one of the license that you need for you to be an airlines pilot. So itulah nama dia, airlines pilot, airline transport pilot license. So I've been with this company for about 13 years. And my current role is the commander for the ATR 72 aircraft and also a management pilot for MAB Academy.
That's beautiful. Captain, I have this very important question. How come you have the star and Ilya don't have a star? What's the difference here? And I do see you have 4 bars and Ilya have 2 bars. What's the difference here?
The difference here is the management pilot. So we have one bar, one stripe for the cadet pilot.
Cadet pilot, 1 bar.
And then we have 2 stripe for the second officer.
Second officer.
We have 3 stripe for first officer.
First officer.
And then 4 stripe for captain. And then the captain or the pilot, management pilot we call, will have the star. So it's kind of you're wearing or you're bringing your responsibilities on your shoulder with additional of the admin work, and the operation work. So hence, there's a difference.
So that means there is path beyond the pilot job as well. There's also management.
Yes,
Oh,
true.
amazing. That's very interesting. Captain, how long it took you to be where you are now?
So I've been with this company for about 13 years.
13
I've
years.
joined first. I joined Maswings.
Maswing?
Yep, in Sabah, Sarawak.
Mm-hmm.
So I joined, Twin Otter.
Twin Otter, yes,
Okay,
I heard about it.
small aircraft, and
small-
no one knows what is Twin Otter is. Okay,
Okay.
kalau Semenanjung, tak ramai yang tahu.
Okay.
But if you go to Sarawak, they call it Bellon.
Bellon.
So that's the aircraft. Kan?
Okay.
Okay, so it quite well versed for them over there. So I started off with that, and then I moved to ATR.
Mhm.
Then from there, then I start to build my career path in the management. So it took me about, I would say about 5 years or so, 5 to 6 years, to be where I am today. So yeah.
I'm so proud of you, Captain. To have such an amazing pilot like you, also inspiring for many out there. So my next question to you, what is your experience? And as a pilot, what do you do? What is your daily task? What is your day-to-day, once you check in, what is your routine like? What do you all do actually? As many people were thinking, as soon as you enter the aircraft, you make announcement, take off, landing, that's it. And you go to the destination and enjoy everything. But what do you all do on a day-to-day basis? Yeah.
So, like I briefly mentioned just now,
Mm.
our duties start right from the crewing, from the reporting center.
Reporting
So
center.
that is where we would go through all our flight plans. We would check the weather. We would check the runway in use.
Mm.
We will make sure all the information we received are accurate before we actually go for our flight. So now we are at the aircraft. So going to the aircraft, we have pre-flight inspection where we have to check where all the equipments are there, where they are supposed to be, and the aircraft is ready to be accepted.
Right.
Alright, so once the pre-flight inspection is done, that is when we actually set up the aircraft.
Mm.
And then when we are flying, assisting captain in doing the flight planning and the flight navigation, we have to actively monitor the system
Mm.
in case there's anything that needs immediate action. And then there's also maintaining maintaining contact with the air traffic controller, because they do have to know where we are constantly.
Mm.
And then if we need any weather deviations, or because not all flights are just all sunny and all easy, because some days we do have weathers and we need deviations out of it. So that is when we would get these requests out to the controller.
I see.
Yeah, so it is not just coffee or anything. Yeah, there's a lot of work goes into it.
That's amazing, Ilya. That's a very insightful. Captain, what about you, Captain?
Well, the experience that I had or have, because if management pilot, you have two roles. One is pilot, and then another one is you do your office duties.
So how often do you fly and how often do you do the management then?
I would say quite often we be flying about once a month if you're lucky.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So most of the time, because of the work that you have, the issues that you have, sometimes can go to maybe once every 2 months, as long as we maintain our currency of our license.
I
So,
see.
and now when you ask Ilya about the experience, so my experience might be slightly different because I buat management punya role as well as flying. So management punya role, the experience that I had is to be given an opportunity
Mm.
to be a speaker
Mm.
at the IATA World Safety Operation Conference.
Wow.
So that was last year, in fact, where we shared with the world
Mm.
of what MAG, Malaysia Airlines or Malaysia Aviation Group, are doing currently. Where that we will talk about the connectivity issues, especially over in Sabah Sarawak.
Mm.
And then they're quite amazed of how we ensure that connectivity to the people of Malaysia. And in terms of the flying,
Mm.
the experience that I had on this particular flight,
Are you talking about the ATR or the
ATR, the Twin Otter is quite, most of the time is memorable experience.
Okay, I always hear that there will be a lot of chickens, a lot of goats they'll be bringing in.
That I can guarantee you that's a myth. Okay, no goat or anything. Okay, so we bring in
Okay.
people. Okay,
All right.
so the experience that I had is at this particular flight, that was when I still a co-pilot back then. Uh, we went through we went through a very severe weather. Okay, so we hold, meaning we wait for the weather to improve, and before we want to land at that airport. So we waited about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then because every time we fly, we will carry contingency fuel for safety, right? Untuk kita divert because of weather and whatnot. So before we divert, kita akan tunggu dululah nak tengok weather improve dan kita masuk. So we are at the verge of, okay, the decision to divert ataupun land.
I see.
Okay, so when we do the race calculation and whatnot, and then the weather start to improve, the airport weather improve, fantastic, cantik. The problem we had is to go through a line of, I would say, a line of weather. Okay, a line of weather, so that we can land. So we had a discussion in the cockpit, in the flight deck, and then kind of throwing ideas. Okay, we're doing this, are we going in, and then what if there's so many what if, and then once everything has been settled, we come to a decision, and then we inform our cabin crew. Prepared everything. We're going through a bit of weather, and then we went in. So that's really test the skills of a pilot.
And usually this decision will be made by both of you?
Yes. When we fly, we cannot do a decision by our own.
Okay.
Because we are bring people at the back, their safety. So it must have a consensus from both. Regardless you baru masuk ke ataupun dah lama ke, but then when it comes to safety, every ideas, I would say every ideas would be counted to ensure a safety operations.
It's called effective communication.
Correct.
Isn't it amazing? That's wonderful, Captain. Thank you very much. And the most important thing, many of our audience, our students, our SPM leavers, many of the audience, they'll be looking forward to hear this magical thing and beautiful thing that you all went through. I'm sure there must be something that very touchy, a very magical moment that you have experienced as a pilot in Malaysia Airlines.
As for me, I do have I have two lah, actually.
Two. Oh, we will love to hear that.
The first one is actually quite personal for me because after I finished my SPM, it has been a very long-winded road for me to be where I am today. So I have to say the most memorable moment that I cherish very much would be the day I received my line pilot certification. So you would...
So how long did it took? Say once you finish your SPM, how long it took you to take the license? How long you took the guide?
For me, okay, so for me personally, after SPM, I did go to a flying school in Terengganu, but unfortunately, due to financial constraint, I couldn't finish it.
All right.
So I did 1 year. I had a private pilot license. That's like the first stage of it. You fly 45, 46 hours around there.
All right.
And then I had to drop out. And I didn't know at that point how long it was going to take me to be able to be near an aircraft again. So I had to drop out. I was working a lot of jobs until I finally had another opportunity at 26.
26,
At
right.
26 to go back to a flying school. So that is 18 and then 26, so nearly around 8-9 years.
8-9 years, yeah. That's a long gap.
It is a very long gap, and so to be able to finally finish my flying school, finish my training, and get the line certification is such a big emotional moment for me.
It must be.
I remember it because once if you are cleared from the line, you cleared from the line training, you have to go in for an interview. So once you pass the interview, only then the examiner would actually say, okay, hey, you passed this, your certificate, and you put on a bar. Yeah, they'll give you a bar because you would initially use one line for cadet pilot and then 2 lines for a second officer. Because I never have thought that I would be able to become a pilot someday. And then so that entire journey was such an unforgettable memory for me that I hold it very close to myself.
I do too.
Yeah, that I don't think I'll be able to forget that feeling I had anytime soon. Yeah.
I'm very sure it was because of your determination and a lot of support from your family as well.
Of course, I had a lot of support from my family. Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you very much, Ilya.
Not a
That's
problem.
very
Not a
beautiful.
problem.
Captain, what about you, Captain? I'm sure you would have many experience, many wonderful moments that you would like to share with it.
Many,
Many.
many.
Share few. That's interesting.
Only one.
Only one.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I need to say for my next podcast, right? Okay. So remember when I shared with you guys earlier about I flew Twin Otter before.
Yes.
So I spent most of my times over there.
Okay.
And the most wonderful magical experience that I had is when I joined the company,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been, I've been based in Miri.
Mm-hmm.
So we flew to those areas that are, rural area. By road maybe about, if you're lucky, you get about 14 hours by
Whoa.
road.
Mhm.
And the road is challenging. I can tell you that. And we know that, and then this airport, they're very small. It's like macam kalau you pergi, I would say kalau macam you pergi any drive through, for example, kan, you pergi drive through, then there's the size maybe slightly bigger, that's small. And then bila you sampai, because we hardly fly juga, maybe about once a week or twice a week depending. So bila you sampai, you akan nampak budak-budak semua duduk dekat curb, tunggu situ. And then you tengah taxi kapal masuk, then they wave at you. So my first time, I thought they wave at passengers, so I don't bother lah. So bila my captain, hey, wave back, they wave at us. Oh yeah, okay, I wave. So bila turun, then you feel like macam wow,
That was meant for you.
that was meant for me. So, and then because it's so close between the apron and the terminal,
Mm-hmm.
very close. It's maybe about less than 100 meters, I would say.
That's very close.
Yes. And then bila you turun, of course you can jalan situ. Then people was like, hi, talking to you. So in this particular flight, I brought a chocolate.
Oh, so
So
beautiful.
me and my captain already retired, of course.
Mhm.
So we bought a chocolate, we bring in, and then bila sampai, then still sama same, I would say a same environment, people waving at you. So bila sampai, then kita pun bagilah chocolate, to them, and they were so happy, so
Yeah.
excited. I feel like macam wow, so those are the experience that I would say, because I would say they're underprivileged.
Mhm.
Unlike us over here, we have access to everything. We
Yeah.
have access to a food, and then a mall. They don't even have a mall over there. What more? The chocolate not easy to get, and then to give to them. So it make me realize that how grateful I am to have what I have,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes it kind of remind me that there always have a people that want to be like you. So
Right.
what you can give back to the community, give back to the people. So those are still, up until today, I still have that with me. Yeah.
I'm very sure it is not only a magical moment for you, it is also for all those kids who were there waving at you. There must be an honor of all the flights. That was the only flight you came and you gave the chocolate and it was given up. And I'm very sure there would have been that moment that they still remember until now. You'll be surprised. One of them could be coming up as our cadet pilots, isn't it?
Maybe, yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
because there are moments where we would walk through the terminals and we would cross children's, and they would look at you and in awe, and they would excitedly point out, "Hey, it's a pilot."
Mm.
And then knowing that I could inspire them to become the future aviators, encouraged me to, like Captain said, give back, to give back, and to maybe one day they'll become the future, the next generation of pilots.
Exactly. This is where I personally have experienced this. When I walk through in the airport, when I do see lady pilot and the gentleman pilot, so also a male pilot, I've seen many of from the young as 5, 6 years old, and everybody will be looking at you with the eyes of like such a full inspiration as well.
Yeah.
And I was one time I heard a very young girl. He said, "Kaka pilot." we could be just walking merely in the airport, but the kind of impact that both of you give to the young generation, it is next level. It is next level. I'm so proud of you. Okay, what was your experience, previous experience before joining as a pilot with MAG? Ilya, what about you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, like I said, I had a very long journey.
Mm-hmm.
So right after I finished my SPM, I went to a flying school in Terengganu. So that was in 2011, if I'm not mistaken. So 1 year, that didn't work out. I had to break I knew financially we weren't doing well.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to make the decision and tell my dad, Papa, you know what? It's okay. I'm still young. Maybe in the future I can be a pilot.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, I said, I'll drop out. I'll drop out and then I'll do whatever I can do.
All right.
I remember him hanging out with the
That must be a
phone.
very tough decision for
It
you.
is, it is. Even talking about it makes me very emotional. And I remember my dad hanging out straight away. He didn't say anything, he just hang out.
Mm-hmm.
And then my mom called me back afterwards saying that my dad is having some time. He's a bit emotional right now. And that makes me emotional because I'm my daddy's daughter. Whatever he wants to do, I would want to do. I would always want to make him proud. Of course, my mom as well. Mom, I love you too. But so I dropped out, and for a while, I was helping my mother with her tuition center. She's a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And then right after that, I decided to do something on my own. I worked in customer service for United Parcel Service for 2 years. I did sales for 2 years. That's door to door and street mart sales. And we were earning 100% commission because there was no allowance at that time. So it was really hard work. And after that, after I had 4 years of experience in customer service and sales, I decided to open my own cafe in the Night Alam.
Wow.
Yeah, so I did that for 2 years. And at that time, I was 25, 36, around there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember suddenly my mom came in and my mom showed me a picture on the phone and say, hey, there's a opening for cadet pilot for Malaysia Airlines. And I have always, since then, I have been avoiding, because the thing is I tried to be a pilot before this, but I couldn't. And then I get disappointed. So I did not want to get my hopes up again. So I got into a bit of argument with my mom at that time. I said, I'm not going to do this again.
Mm-hmm.
Just to get disappointed, just to be disappointed again. And then I said, oh, plus we don't have money for it. And my mom was like, oh no, it's okay. They provide scholarship.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
But that time,
Mm-hmm.
I really know it was from Mara. Okay, so she said, just apply. This is your last chance. Because at that time, that was the age limit. It was 25 or 36. That was the age limit. You have nothing to do. Just go ahead for it. So I did. I did go ahead. And then...
So there's an age limit for a cadet pilot.
Yes, yes,
There
there,
is
there
intake?
is. Yes.
Yeah.
So what is the age limit?
Now it's about is 18. 18 is the youngest that we can take, and then up to the age of 32.
Yeah. I
32.
think now it's
32,
32.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Mm-mm. So I went ahead and applied. I passed all 4 stages of the interview.
Mm.
And then the news came that that time Malaysia Airlines did not offer funds,
Mm.
but Mara did.
Oh.
But the thing is, I wasn't I wasn't an MRSM student. I wasn't a what do you call SBP student. So by luck or by fate, or maybe it's already in my rezeki.
It is destined.
Yeah, it was offered to me. It says that okay, we need another girl to go to Czech Republic.
Mm.
If not, because they always have to be a couple.
Okay.
So it was offered to me. But the thing is, it's in Czech Republic. So at that time, I was just recently married,
Mm.
and then but we knew there and then that I was going to go
Okay.
because there was no way that this opportunity was going to come again.
True.
And then so I discussed with my husband and we decided to go for it, and then here I am.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Well done. You know what? You are full of surprises, Ilya. You're multi-talented, not only customer services, you're an entrepreneur, you're a chef, just name it up in the list. And finally, you are here, a proud second officer pilot.
I guess at that time when push come to shove, you have to do everything
Mm.
that you need to survive. And then that's what I did because I had a determination, I had a goal in mind, and I just had to do everything I can. So that's what I did.
Well done. We are so proud to have you with us, and indeed, it's an honor to meet you.
It's an honor to be here.
Exactly, indeed. Thank you very much, Ilya. Captain, we would love to hear from you. What was your first previous experience?
I